All right, gang, we're back for the third at-home pull workout, and a lot of these exercises are going to start to look really familiar. So here we have the band pull apart again. We're going to do 20 reps of this. Again, I'm going to nitpick Panda. I would like for her elbows to be straight but soft throughout this so that her shoulders are doing most of the work. Here you can kind of see as she bends and flexes elbows, her upper arm muscles like her biceps and triceps are getting some work done. We really want to make sure that all of that work is going directly into your shoulder and back muscles. So your shoulder blades are what's moving the band instead of your elbows flexing. Um, so it's fine. The second warm-up exercise is going to be a quick set of Bulgarian split squats. So Bulgarian means that that rear foot is elevated. You can also do these with that rear foot on the ground if elevating the rear foot is too hard. I kind of gave you some time to look at how Panda gets herself situated because it is a bit of a trick. And you'll notice she's coming down until her front knee is over her shoelaces, kind of in a 90-degree angle, and her back knee is coming close to touching the ground. She could probably go out a little bit more, but this is actually a good set. So she's going to do 10 on one leg and then switch legs, and we're going to speed it up a little bit. But everything's the same. You'll notice that her torso stays up. She's not arching through her lower back. Everything here looks really good, so yours should look like this. Now we're going to move into our strength exercise, which is inverted rows. So we have a guest spot from Gabby here. This is the same strength exercise that we did last workout, but this one has changed. So what we're doing now, instead of just kind of rowing ourselves up towards the bar at whatever tempo we want, is that we're going to row ourselves up and then lower ourselves over 3 to 5 seconds. So we're really controlling that lower, and we're doing fewer reps than we did last time. So we're just changing up where we're focusing. After that, we're going to move on to our accessory strength, which is band pull-throughs. So this is more of a hip hinge. I want Panda to kind of lean down a little bit more, but I think she's constrained by how things are set up. You are just doing a hip hinge. So you keep your arms straight. You start with your hands tucked in towards your breadbasket, and then your hip hinge pushes out and your arms kind of come up. Your arms aren't doing much pulling there. And then this is a plank to downward dog, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to hold each position for, 1 to 2 seconds, not a super long time, and then push up. So again, what we're working on here, as with all of these exercises, you'll probably notice is sort of the lats and serratus muscles, which are those muscles that are underneath your armpit. Being able to push yourself up into this position and also control yourself down really works on those muscles. Make sure that when you get into that plank position, you're not letting your hips sink or you're not letting your shoulders kind of sag down. Panda's doing a pretty good job here of keeping her shoulders engaged throughout rather than like kind of collapsing into them. So if yours look like this, you're in good shape. If you need to take a break from this, obviously you can break it up as you need to. And now we're going to move into our circuit. So we're going to start with a right leg glute bridge. So single leg glute bridge, the right leg is working, that left leg is up in the air. Her hips are staying square to the ground, so she's not letting herself twist toward or away from that down hip. She's not arching through her lower back, and she's keeping her chin nice and tucked to protect her neck as well. So everything there looks really good. Make sure that yours look like this. You're going to follow that up with a scapular wall slide. So she's using a foam roller, which makes it easier to slide. You can also do this just against the wall, but the friction is a little bit harder. What we're really focusing on is sort of that overhead reach movement. And our shoulder blades should be kind of extending up, and we're stretching through those muscles in the sides of our bodies a little bit. So our lats and our serratus. You'll probably have to adjust the foam roller every once in a while. Like hers is kind of working its way down the wall, so don't worry if you need to stop and like nudge it up a little bit. But this looks good. She could be bringing her head and shoulders through a little bit more, but I think that's because her foam roller is keeping her shortened here. Now we're going to move to the left leg glute bridge. So again, everything's the same. We're looking for that straight plank line from the knee to the top of the head, keeping that chin tucked. Everything is flat. There's no arching through the back. And she's squeezing her glutes at the top and keeping her hips square to the ground. This next exercise you're probably going to hate me for, and I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I'm actually not. So these are wall walks. Um, so you're going to walk your feet up the wall and keep your hands underneath you, kind of like you're working into a headstand or a handstand. So Panda's actually doing a really amazing job at this. She's getting some really good height on these wall walks. If you're really good at handstands, you might be able to walk all the way up to the wall and get your chest up to it. Panda's getting about 90 degrees at her hips there. And that's really good. If you are like, there's no fucking way I can do this, you can literally just like pop your feet up on the wall and then bring them back down. Another way that you can do this is like find a chair or a bench or a couch or something and just like pop your feet up onto the couch and then walk them back down. So those are all options. Panda wanted to work on handstands, so she's getting a lot better at these. But this is a really tough exercise. So take breaks, modify it as you need to. There's only 5 of them. You can do it. And then we're going to work through these hurdle steps to a skater hop. So you'll notice Panda's doing 1, 2, 3 hurdle steps and then returning to position with a skater hop. So it should be 1, 2, 3, skater hop back to position. You're going to do 4 in one direction and then now she's going to switch. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, she's doing 4. Skater hop back into position. 1, 2, 3. Skater hop. 1, 2, 3. Skater hop back. So you're trying to return back to your original position. And that's it. I hope you have a good training day.